What's up, YouTube? We're here on a Saturday, at it again. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. I got hundreds of videos of just nothing but Fox body related content and me racing at the track. Anyways, today we're here to talk about turbo kits. You guys all know I've been messing with On3's turbo kits for many years. I've been modifying them, chopping them up, welding them, changing them, fixing them, whatever. I've been beating the shit out of them, and I have nothing but fun doing it. I've changed turbos, I've changed wastegates, I've changed blowout valves. It's a great kit to use. They're not here. They're not giving me money to tell you that. You just go over to their website and order one. They're like $1,600 or $1,700 for a Fox body. It's perfect, okay? I'm here to talk about what happens a year later. So, maintaining your turbo kit itself in general, and things you need to look for. When you start hearing that tick like a year or maybe even 2 years later in that header, or you start seeing random puffs of blue smoke or black smoke or whatever the fuck you want to call it coming out your tailpipe, might want to look into maintaining your turbo kit before you figure out, oh, I need a new motor. You see what I'm saying? So let's get into it. I'm going to show you some examples of what I'm talking about. So actually what you can see here is I've already kind of chopped up some of this kit and put it on the ground and to show you. The downpipe, granted this kit's probably 6 or 7 years old. Well, I wouldn't say that. Probably a few years old. I've never had a problem with the downpipe. It's only a 3-inch downpipe for 302. It's 351, has the 3.5. So that's good. Never really had any problem with the charge pipes, with the welds or anything, or even the blowout valve for that matter. You know, which is what's here. I don't agree with putting the MAF here. It should probably be in this other straight tube that's here, exit the intercooler. But whatever. Never had a problem with the cold side. It's the hot side that you got to keep your eye on, because we're going to talk about the crossover really quick first. What I usually like to do is I usually like to chop this damn coupler out. You can see, I've got the best lighting. You can see the black around the edge here. It's been leaking. It's been leaking pretty bad. And this design here, this little ball and socket always kind of leaks as well. So what I like to do is I like to go ahead and cut that stuff out. Okay, you got your cross here like that now. Usually, it used to have that flex coupler and a ball and socket. And what I like to do is go get me a flex coupler from Summit Racing or Jegs. Okay, little 4 or 6 incher or whatever. But remember, these are lined. Okay, they're lined for turbo. This is for forced induction, and it'll tell you that at Summit Racing's website. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to fit this on and actually weld that right there. And then I'm going to install this, make sure the flange is nice and flush, you know, with 2.5-inch V-band. Then I'm going to 3-inch V-band the other side, and I'm going to fill that gap. So I'm going to have a piece, kind of like a reducer or whatever, mild steel, you know, decent gauge, 2.5, and I'm going to fit this, and I'm just going to weld the shit together. It's going to be installed. I'm going to weld it. I'm going to tack weld it, and then I'm going to take it off and I'm going to weld it for real. That's an easy and it's a quick fix. Another thing you want to look at is this. If your wastegate isn't sitting properly in here with your fire ring, you're going to want to take this flange off. This flange that's part of this wastegate. If you're running On3 stuff, it's cool, but like my black car here, I put a precision 46 millimeter on this. I've been running nothing but precision 46 millimeters on all my On3 kits that's modified, because I like the wastegate. It's a good wastegate. But let me go ahead and show you really quick, you know, the turbos. Before I get into the turbo, I actually wanted to show you what I was talking about the exhaust leak. Driver's side headers never really has a problem. Again, this is a Fox body kit. And this is the On3 kit modified. You know, we're going to put that other piece in there, and then we're going to do that crossover like I had been talking about over there in the ground. It's the passenger side that has the weight of the turbo and all the pressure. You can see we welded the whole inside. Okay? We've actually welded this particular header, several years old, had some pretty good cracking right down here in the valley cracks. And ain't nothing wrong with it. Doesn't mean your header's broken and needs replaced. It just means it needs a little bit of maintenance. So the one thing you're going to want to do is usually a good winter mod, take this header off, go check your turbo out, and check to see if it's got any cracks. Because I've actually had it crack around that O2 as well. But that doesn't mean it's bad. I'm not going to say it's going to happen right off the bat, but it's just good maintenance to look. Turn all your lights off in your room, shine a light through the header, you'll see if it's cracked. Anyways, I want to show you the turbo real quick and then we'll be done. Last but not least, if you're blowing some blue smoke out, might have a bad seal. Look at that. Nasty, huh? Now that tells me it had a bad tune as well. That's dirty. But anyways, you can see how black it was inside. I'm actually going to run a different size housing on this particular build, but that's for another day. But anyways, usually the seal in the back is usually blowed if you're smoking pretty good. And same with the front. There's got a front seal too. You got to check that out. So, you know, a good reason for, you know, a winter mod would be to take your turbo off, check it, make sure it doesn't need any bearings. You know, it's a good time to change the 360 thrust bearings, and it'd be a good time to go ahead and maintenance your system. Every year I do it with this car. Matter of fact, I got to check this header, but I think the O2 bung's cracked on it or whatever. But without further ado, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, folks. It's a good kit to use. We're going to rock the shit out of it on this one. It's cheap. I got the $8,000 turbo kit sitting on the shelf. I probably should be using, but that's for my stroker motor. But I have a lot of fun with these cheap turbo kits, and they're fun. They're worth the money. Anyways, hope to see you guys live on my feed when I'm racing at the track. See you soon.